New poll out from the Kaiser Family Foundation on healthcare, and as expected, it's good news for the left. So they phrased this in a variety of different ways. They basically asked people what they think of universal healthcare, and they phrased it in a variety of different ways. And obviously the terminology makes a big difference, and it can make people respond positively or negatively. So let's go right to the elephant in the room here. When it's framed as Medicare for all, 62% of the American people have a positive view of Medicare for all. That is overwhelming. Overwhelming. Now, when you change it to universal health coverage, that still has a very positive connotation to it. 61% of people support it. See, now this is where it gets really interesting to me, because these are not generally terms that are used or terms that are viewed favorably. But when you frame it as national health plan, you still get 56% who have a positive view of that. And then even when you do single payer, which historically has not had a positive reaction from people, you'd have to frame it as Medicare for all to get the positive reaction. But even single payer, if you crunch the numbers there, 48% of people have a positive reaction to it, 48%, and negative reaction is only, 46%? And I'm including the don't knows in the negative reaction, okay? So that's +2. If you get rid of the don't knows, then it's still like +16. +16. People prefer single payer, have a positive view of single payer. 16 points more than a negative view. So the only area where it gets murky is socialized medicine. But it's almost at the point now where I think if the conversation keeps going the way it's going, there will even come a time when people have a positive view of socialized medicine. Because just so everybody knows, I'm sure all of you guys know this, that's all the same thing. They ask the same question in a variety of different ways. Medicare for all is the same as universal health coverage, is the same as national health plan, is the same as single payer, is the same as socialized medicine. So they're just asking it in a bunch of different ways. And my guess is the more time goes by, the more Bernie makes this case, the more other Democrats are now being forced to the position of being for Medicare for all, the more the left controls the discussion and the narrative on healthcare by giving people the facts and the information and the data about the healthcare systems in the rest of the world, the more people are going to go, oh, that's obviously the right answer. Because I think even without people making the case, it was like 51%. Then Bernie came on the scene and really made the case, and then it kicked up to 61%. So even without an argument being made, people have this reaction of like, yeah, I think the government should give healthcare to everybody. So forget it. When you actually have that plus people actually making a positive argument for it now, and now people are being educated on this topic across the country, that's only good news. The downside is, big money still controls our politics. So big pharma and for-profit health insurance companies have way too much sway over the direction of our healthcare system. And we got to get the money out of the system and listen to the people here. Because I unfortunately don't want to be in a situation like we're at with gun control, where over 90% of people want a universal background check, and we still don't get it. But my guess is that in due time, these numbers are heading in that ballpark, where like 90% of people are like, yeah, what are we talking about? Of course, Medicare for all, let's do it, and let's do it now.